Good afternoon. I'm Robert Martinez, and today I will be presenting my Lab 3 for this week's course, okay? So as you see my surroundings, all I have on the table is my actual drawings of what I drew for this week. I got my kids in the background, I'm in the kitchen, so nothing that I can really cheat with, okay? So we focus our attention to the first drawing. All right, so drawing number 1. This is the skin. As requested, I labeled the title, name, and date. Okay, so when we look at the structure of the skin, sorry, I'm a horrible drawer, but this is what we're gonna use. First thing I'm gonna talk about is the basement membrane. So basement membrane is right here, basement of the skin. Okay, then we go to the blood vessels. You can actually see my failed attempts of drawing blood vessels around of the skin structure here. Then we go to the dermis level. So the dermis level is actually right here. So the best way to describe it is that's the dermis level right there. Okay. Now the epidermis level is going to be basically from the top downward. Then we move on. Then we have the keratinocyte right here. The hypodermis is actually at the bottom portion of the skin. Then we move on to our melanocytes. Those are actually on the content of the skin. Papillary layer is where we start getting into the layers of the skin drawing that you see here. So the reticular layer is actually right here at the bottom of the skin. So we move on to our stratum basal, stratum corneum, stratum granulosum, stratum liquidum, and stratum spisonium, right? So these are all located right here within this layer. So in my image, I tried to show it peeling off, okay? So basically all within this little structure right here, you have your stratum corneum, stratum liquidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and your stratum basal. Okay, so those are all located right there. And then the last portion I'm going to talk about is sweat or subcutaneous gland. Okay, so these sweat glands are actually located within here. I tried to draw them right here. They're not very good, but that's where the sweat glands would actually be located. And obviously their function would be to produce sweat when the body needs it. All right, moving on to illustration 2, the compact bone. As requested on the sheet, Robert Martinez. Today is the 26th of April. And this is my attempt of drawing a compact bone. Okay, so as I'm labeling this bone, these are supposed to be 3 different colors, okay? These are 3 different structures. What we're looking at in this portion is the nerve, okay? That's the nerve that runs through. I have my vein up here, and I have my artery. As you look through the layers of this bone. Okay, so then you have what's known as a lacunae, and the lacunae is actually represented by these lines right here, okay? So this would be your lacunae. Now, osteocyte, I tried to draw it right here as best as I could. This is about where your osteocyte would be, right there. And then within these portions right here, we have the canaliculi. And that pretty much does it for the compact bone. Moving on to my last part, I have a demonstrator here. And for my structure list, I actually have a model here to represent. This is the reason why my project is a little delayed right here. But here we go. So, C-spine. C-spine is located right here, okay? This is also known as a cervical vertebrae, okay? All right. We have the diaphragm, external abdominal oblique muscles. So his muscles are still developing, but they're somewhere right here. We have a frontal bone. We have a hyoid, lumbar vertebrae, mandible, maxilla, nasal bone, occipital bone, parietal bone. This one is the rectus abdominis muscle. You have your sacrum and coccyx. You have the sternum, located right here down the middle. Temporal lobes. Thoracic vertebrae, that's actually right here. Trapezius muscle, his are going to be really big, right here. These are his trap muscles, also known as traps. Trapezius muscles, right, man? And then we have the zygomatic bone.